Oh, hi. Hello. Welcome back. This is me again. Okay, this is AD from Project U here on Fresh FM, your favorite hit music station. So, good evening, all. And I'm so glad to be here again. It's been a week off since we saw each other and had some fun and kikied our way back into this. So, today, here at Fresh Sound again, you know how Fresh Sound goes. We talk to artists, we talk to singers and artists. How about how their songs come in, how their songs are made, and we will get to know one of the craziest and most fun person I've actually just met earlier. It's Miss Tala. Hello, Tala.
Hey, AD, what's up? Nice to see you
Hello.
again.
I'm good. Sup? How are you? So
I'm doing well.
yeah. What have you been up to recently? Like, what's keeping you busy?
Well, I'm still a college student, so right now my brain is kind of focused on finals, but the semester's almost over and I plan to do a lot more music after that. So, yeah.
Wow. So I've seen your socials. You're a baby born on the 1999 year,
Mhm.
1999. 1999. Oh, okay. So what are you taking up? I just want to know, like, what's keeping you busy? What's your course, and where do you study? Is that if that's okay to disclose?
Yes, I am actually studying interior design in Benilde, so I am on my last year. And I'm really
Cheers.
happy to push. Yeah.
Yeah, good job. Last year
Thank you.
ID. So what's your ID number?
117.
Wow, I did not. I was a 114. I took up
Hmm.
CDA. So, hello,
Oh,
Benil.
very
Yeah,
cool.
that's
Yes,
awesome.
animal as
I
well.
know. ID. So, how did a gal like you from ID got into music?
Ooh, a good question. So I
Yeah.
actually I come from a family of musicians. Both my parents actually met in the UP College of Music. So growing up, I kind of just knew music. Like I would hear it all the time from my parents and my family, always singing, always playing instruments. And I just fell in love with it as a kid. And thankfully, was given the opportunity to start writing with some really amazing people. From when I was in high school, I joined a few music organizations. And they're very lucky enough that I was able to kind of make it a side thing as I pushed my way through college.
Wow. Like, I love your energy and the vibe. I'm so happy. How does it feel like growing up in a household filled with musicians? Was it like a musical for you every day?
Well, I wouldn't know because that's obviously the only life I know is growing up around musicians. So it was nice. I just remember like every morning going down and there would always be music playing, or took classical piano lessons with my sister, stuff like that. Like a very fun, fun music family. And then I eventually just wanted to experiment and start writing my own and composing my own things. And there.
Oh my goodness. I'm so happy. Like, that's such a vibe. Like, growing up in a household where everybody just can pick up an instrument and be like, okay, let's sing. Like, it's a family band that you can put up. So what's the
Definitely.
first instrument that you've learned to like play?
Ooh. I think I'm gonna say piano because I took classical piano lessons for a very long time.
Mhm.
I also took violin, but I stopped after a few years. So I think piano was like my first like actual
Mhm.
instrument that I learned. I did a lot of that classical training, and then for guitar, I picked it up when I was like in fifth grade, and there. So those two are my main instruments, the perfect songwriting instruments in my opinion. So
Yes, they are. You're like Taylor Swift up on there, like guitar and piano, all the likes, and you can play it.
Queen Taylor.
Wow. I know Queen, but that's amazing. I'm just blown away by like how you know a lot of instruments. Like, TBH, that's the aspect of my life that I don't even have like a knack for, like,
Mhm.
at all. Like, music and everything. I wish I did. I wish I did. I would have been so happy. But all good. We all have our own thing. But what's like, if you can remember, what's the first song that you ever like learned to sing, perform, or something?
Ooh. Well, when I was a kid, I used to sing a lot of Nora Jones because I loved her voice and her album when I was really young. And then when I got older, I think the first song that I properly performed for my family was when I taught myself guitar and I learned Blackbird by the Beatles, which is like a very a classic in learning
Yeah,
guitar. So I picked
it
that up. And
is. Yeah, like that's like Blackbird singing in the dead of night.
yes,
That's the one, right?
that's why I learned it.
Oh,
Yep.
take these. Oh
Broken
wow.
wings.
Okay, can you have a little like snippet of it? Like a little snippet. Come
I'm
on,
so
don't be
shy.
shy.
Okay.
Oh, you should. Go, go, go.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. Ooh.
Yes. Ooh, I love that. Like, wow. You've got a really like this voice that like an angelic feel to your voice. That's so amazing.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
thanks for singing for that. Thank you.
Of
Thank you for the
course.
snippet. Yeah, so cute. Okay, so before we go on to your other questions, there are some people who want to say hello to you. Porsche says,
Hey,
"Let's
Porsche.
go, Tala," and
Big heart.
Lorme says, "Gandang gabi." Finger
Magandang
hearts.
gabi.
Now, I'm curious. So Tala in Filipino means star. Was
Yes.
that like how did you come about getting that name for yourself? And that is that your real name, or like how did you get the name Tala as your
So
yeah?
yeah,
You
it's
know what I
actually
mean?
my real name. My parents, yeah, very interesting. When my mom was pregnant with me and my older sister, she wanted us to have very Filipino names, which I think I really appreciate now, of course, because something about cultural roots, obviously, and what's in a name and how important it is to always know that I'm Filipino. And yeah, so I take pride a lot in my name. I love my name, and I also got lazy to think of like a stage name, so I was like, I like my name, might as well just use it. So yeah.
No, girl, Tala is perfect. I mean, like, wow. I mean, it's so nice. Like, see, I thought it would be like you got into something that you associated it with the star, but it's your real name, so
It
it's
is.
more awesome. Like, okay, I love it. Tala,
Thank
Tala,
you. Yeah.
Tala is just like you know, that's good. Like when they wanted more Filipino feels
Hmm.
of the name, that's just amazing. Like you would
Right?
know. Like you would know.
Cultural
Okay,
roots.
I know. Lovely, lovely. Okay, let's ask you some more here. I want to know what's like your fashion style. What's like what screams tala when you wear something out there? Because you're from CSB, you
Yes.
are like yours SDA. So most people in SDA really just dress up,
Oh
dress up as
no.
crazy and as fashionable as they get. So what defines Tala in her fashion style?
Well, I don't know. This is a hard question because I honestly just put whatever feels good. I think I really like oversized shirts. I go for either big shirt, small pants, or small shirt, big pants, like the combo. And I like a lot of
Yeah.
monochrome stuff. I don't really like patterns. I like solid colors. So yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
nothing
like
crazy. I'm pretty basic.
all good. It's all good. I do that too. The only crazy thing that I wear lately, I've been like so into Lazy Fair. If you know that brand, that's like a late. It's like reclaimed fabric, and their clothes are like from
Ooh.
Abnegation. If you're like divergent people, their clothes
Oh
are
my
from like
god. I got
Abnegation.
flashbacks to seventh grade.
That's it. Abnegation levels, and
The
then I just put on a
fashion.
kimono on top of it. That's just like everything. Like that's it's
Amazing. I love that.
yeah. Abnegation fashion is the like elegance is
That's the
simplicity
trend.
is its finest. Yes, love it.
Agree,
Okay,
agree.
so you and your oversized shirts, I would definitely wear those. I wish I've seen you. Well, 2017 was my last year in school, so I'm
Mhm.
not sure if I've like we probably seen each other around, but I would have
Maybe in the
wanted to see you
elevator.
around. Yeah, probably. I did have classes in SDA like Jose
Mhm.
Riz or whatever.
Classic, a
Yeah.
classic.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was like at the end of
Mhm.
my life in college. But that's wonderful. It's so cool to just have, know that you're from CSB2. It's just the vibe. You
I know,
automatically
small
know that
world.
like so cool. Okay, next. I just want to know who are your musical influences? Aside from Nora
Ooh.
Jones, because you said you
Yeah.
love her, who
Mhm.
else growing up inspired your music?
Let me think. Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, musically, I really have to say Nora Jones, obviously. Aside from her, though, I think I really like Corinne Bailey Rae. I think what I liked about those two singers was they had really good voices that weren't necessarily the belting kind. I love hearing people belt and sing theater style, but it's something I can't do. So, of course, growing up as a young musician who couldn't really sing belt, I wanted to find musicians who sounded kind of like me. So that's what I looked up to. And then music wise, I really fell in love with Dean, the artist, the Korean R&B artist. I love the way his production style works. And for songwriting, I currently am obsessed with Phoebe Bridgers. I feel like she just writes really, really well. And yeah, also I get inspirations from Asian artists. Just if they're Asian, I automatically wanna listen to them and give them a chance because I feel like representation is so important, and it's nice to see other Asians there. So
Love. I cannot just say how much. Like, okay, you're. That is just so admiring. I love it. I am just like blown away. Good job. Good job. Thank you for representing us. You are representing the Philippines.
I
Tala.
wish. Oh no,
You
I
you
wish.
will. You will soon. You will for sure. This kind of energy is
Manifest.
what we need here. Yeah, this kind of energy is what we need in the world right now. You know, I'm like if you see the world is crazy and everybody's competing against each other, and you have
Mhm.
this spirit of cooperation, just uplifting people. It's gonna take you a long way, girl. So keep going at
Aw,
it. I
thanks,
can't
Bestie.
like ah, girl. Yes. Okay. So cool. I really am just like gushing over you right now. This is so cool.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, like oh, so I can't wait. So I'm sure like what about like you're not. So you said that you were not the belty singer. You were like you have that different because you do have a voice that's like more on the softer side, more on the
Mhm.
like the one that I don't know how to use that term. The one with the flip that they say like you come from the head voice to like the.
Oh,
See, I
okay.
watch. Yeah, I watch a lot of like how do you call that reactions on YouTube, and I'm like, ooh, that seems nice. Yeah, yeah. Okay,
I love that. I love that.
I want to know how did you find like your voice? How did you find out? Okay, this is the style of singing that I'd like to be singing.
Ooh, that's a very good question. I don't
Yeah,
really know because I feel like for me personally, I'm still in the process of figuring out what I want to do, and I feel like creating art, no matter what form, either visual or music or whatever, no matter what form, like you'll perpetually grow as an artist. So yeah, what I realize works for me now. Is like currently the me of today of 2021 is just
yes.
focusing more on songwriting because I feel like my voice comes out better when it's me and a guitar and then produced after. But in 2017 it was the opposite. So I feel like it's just going to keep changing, and that's again a nice thing about being an artist. Like you can just keep experimenting until you find out what works for you at that time.
Well, I'm thank you. I'm glad that you mentioned like the tala now, is because yeah,
Mhm.
as an artist, you grow exponentially. Your music changes along the way, and your experiences
Definitely.
affect how you make music. Can you tell us more of the tala of today, the tala of now? Yes,
Ooh, let me think. Well, right now, I
go.
guess I'm trying my best to work on songwriting in a way that is more like storytelling. Because I noticed, like, with my previous releases, when I started off releasing original music, a lot of the things I wrote about were very, like vibey and ambient, which I still super love. And I'm, proud of my 17-year-old self for doing those things. And, but for now, it's more like I want to be able to make people feel what I'm feeling in words. More of the songwriting. That's me. That's me now. And who knows? Maybe it'll change in the future. But it's something that I'm really trying to work on. And I think it helps also that I don't really go out. Like because of course, given the whole situation now, I'm
Yes.
given more time for myself at home, which is such a privilege that I don't want to take advantage of. So I mean, I'm aware of it. So just being able to sit alone with my thoughts and actually reflect and be
Yeah.
introspective on things, even previous experiences, that's what helps. So yeah.
Well, I think that's the best you can do right now. If you can't go out,
Definitely.
you go on a journey within
You go
yourself. Because
in.
I do that a lot. Yeah, you go in. You take a
You go
journey within
in.
yourself. And that's the only thing you can do. You can't go out,
Exactly.
go in. Okay, go.
Hmm.
I love this. So, like, you talk about storytelling. I'm so intrigued with that. Do you have any like what do you call that? Are you into poetry as well? Is there like anyone that you also read? Do you have books that you read that enhances your songwriting skills and all the likes?
Let me think. Poetry is something that I want to get into, but I unfortunately haven't yet. But in regards to literature, definitely, I consider myself someone who reads a lot for entertainment. As a kid, I used to read all the time, like. And again, given the situation now, I have been trying to slowly start getting into more books again. I just finished a book on
Same.
philosophy. Yeah, right. So that's what I've
Wow.
been trying to like work on. Like, of course, nothing like not like the super thick ones. I'm going slow because I'm still up. I'm boring. I have to get my way through it. It's just a very. I feel like philosophy is a fun way to get inspiration because you get to see how other humans think of humans.
Yeah, for
Fun.
sure. And like you as a songwriter, it's so funny that you said you're not really much into poetry, but your songwriting skills, it's basically poetry with music, most of it. And it's just like,
Mhm.
come on, girl, that's poetry. You gotta check some out. If you wanna check, I really like wanna recommend you some books. So
Yes,
you
please.
talked
Oh my
about
gosh, no, seriously,
philosophy.
just tell me.
All right.
I'm gonna.
So this is one of my favorites. Sorry, if you
What is
can see
it?
it. Love Looks Pretty on You
Oh,
by
Lang Liu.
Lang Lee.
Okay,
Yeah,
let
it's
me
a
write that down.
beautiful set of yeah, Love Looks Pretty on You. It's a
Okay.
beautiful set of poems that I
Mhm.
kind of just like really feel like, oh my gosh, like even if it's just like this short and you're like,
Mhm.
oh, that hits hard. Like it's good. It's good. Just
Okay, I
wanted to
love
share
I
with
love
you
stuff like
that.
that. It's like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
breakdown, like type
Yes.
of
It's
reading.
like 4 a.m. breakdowns, like compact and all that. And you're like,
Exactly. See?
and
A
then you're gonna have
schedule.
to go.
Time for a busy
Yeah.
schedule.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. All right, before we go to our next few questions, Miss Marites says, "You look beautiful, Miss Tala." I
Thanks,
agree. I
Miss
agree. She looks
Marites.
very pretty.
Heart
Okay,
leg.
so I came across this video of yours, and you told us about
Oh,
your guilty pleasure. So I would want to know who are so guys. This is about Drag Race, RuPaul's Drag Race. If you haven't watched it, it's a fun series to watch. It gives
so
you like
fun.
that creativity, yeah, and it makes you smart in a sense that you're quick on your feet. But most of it, I just want to know who's your favorite queen of all time?
Oh my goodness. I really loved, I think season 7 is it Violet Chachki. I loved Violet
Yeah.
Chachki. I think she deserved her win. Like her style and everything was great. I also really liked Aquaria. So those are my top two.
Oh,
I go for them, yeah.
okay. I on the end, Bianca Del Rio is one
Oh,
of my
okay,
favorite
iconic. Bianca Del
queens.
Rio is iconic.
Yeah, like you can't. I love Bianca Del Rio. It's just so cool.
She's so
Like
funny.
I know, and like out of the blue, she's really like just quick on her feet when she thinks,
Mhm.
and her outfits not so good, but they weren't bad. They were just like safe.
No, I
I'm
love
not gonna
her.
toot all of them. Yeah, but like we talk about fashion queens,
Mhm.
they are really like Violet
Yeah,
Chachki.
I think I
We
really like the
have
fashion queens. I take so much
yeah, the
inspiration from
fashion queens.
Bobby's style.
Yes, Aquaria is a fashion queen, and on
Love
the
her.
latest season, I know who you like. So, well, let's say it. She loves
Queen
Gottmik,
got
guys. So if you
Nick.
guys, I know. So if you guys are into Drag Race, you should check that out.
Mm-mm.
Now this is getting more interesting. I want to know. So you had two new songs that came out recently, right? We have "I Think I'm Dreaming" and
Mhm.
"24." So I want to know what was the inspiration for these songs you have now.
Ooh,
So
okay.
let's
So I
start with
think
"I
I'm
Think I'm
dreaming.
Dreaming."
So that
Yes.
song just actually was released. It was my last release of 2020. I released that back, I think, in November of last year. And I
Mhm.
actually wrote it that January, or I wrote the chorus of it in January, and I never, continued it. And then again, because I was given a lot of downtime, I figured might as well pick it up and write about it again. And it is a very, very. I wanted to write something innocent. The feeling of having a crush and them maybe liking you back is a very universal feeling that may sound
Yes.
yeah, right. So it may sound
I
shallow to some
relate.
people, but for me, I think personally, like you can write about shallow things. Shallow things are fun. Like it's like not even that shallow, but it's like not everything has to be super super deep. And I wanted to write
Yeah.
about something like really light and the feeling of just being on a cloud when you find out like someone maybe reciprocating the same thing where you don't think it's real, so you feel like you're dreaming, and that's where the prod came into play and the harmonies and everything and the lyrics too.
I love it. I think I'm dreaming is basically like, everybody gets crushes. It's not shallow. It's very what you said. It's very universal, and it's not shallow. It's a talent, I think, for singers to be able to like put themselves in that kind of state in music. Like
Hmm.
all artists are able to like put them in some certain shoes when they create their music and do those experiences, and that's a talent. Like I don't remember having a crush anymore. Like I'm too old. I mean, like I'm too old for crushes. I'm so busy for crushes. But like
Yeah.
when you do, it's a different like level. There's that kind of like gushing over
Yeah, it's the
someone, and
kilig, the oh my gosh, she's so
yeah,
cool. You know, the very kind of I wanted
yeah,
to write about like a simple kind of high school level type crush
yeah.
where it's like,
I
oh
was like
my
a
god,
happy
you like
crush. Yeah, like
me.
a happy crush. Like yeah, he makes me kilig. I like him. Like
Yes,
when I see him, it's just
exactly.
like okay, yeah. So that's a good. I love the inspiration towards that song. It's a good,
Thank you.
good. Thank you so much for that song. It's when I
Mhm.
listened to it earlier, I did not think about it as shallow. I was like,
It's kilig.
love. Yeah, kilig. I
Simple,
was like,
simple
it's been a
kilig.
while. It's been a while
Exactly,
since I
yeah,
got
this is the
kilig.
vibe I wanted to radiate. So I'm
Yeah, I
glad
was
it
like,
came off that way.
I like okay, kilig, but I don't like getting kilig, but I get kilig. Like that's it.
It's okay, I won't tell anyone. Sign of weakness.
Okay, thank you. But it's all on live on the internet. It's basically there. Okay. So I want to also know more about like 24. So what was 24 about? I heard it was inspired by a game. So can you
Yes.
tell us more about that?
So it's actually really funny because coming from I think I'm dreaming, I think there was a big shift in the release. Like 24 sounds very different, I think, from my previous releases. And this is because this was the first song I wrote and released completely on my guitar. Like I wrote the whole song on my guitar. Usually when I release songs, I have, I work with really talented producers and then I write over some beats that they give. But this one I wanted to do it on my own. So the reason why I wrote it about, well, it's inspired by a video game called Stardew Valley. If you know what it is,
Mhm.
it's like a farming game. It sounds really funny, but basically the
Okay.
premise of the game is you leave the city and move to like a place where your grandfather used to live, which is like a very simple rural town, and you really just live life like a very simple life. And I spent so many hours on that game, and I found myself kind of missing living in a place like that, which is funny because I was born and raised in Manila. So
Mm.
I was like, I wonder how I can turn this into a song. So I kind of got the concept of it and wrote about missing a place that you've never been to, or a person that you may never like have like you never met, which is a very weird way to describe. It's like missing someone you meet in a dream, and that's what I wanted to write about. Something that you've maybe never really experienced, but you want it anyway.
That's just so profound. Oh my gosh. Like that is like well you can act you what you I can't find the word, but you can actually think about it as re-meeting yourself as a person or a persona of yourself that you haven't actually met yet, like your
Hmm.
future self or your future, like that could be that interpretation as well. But
Definitely,
it's
yeah.
just
Or you in a
mind
past
blowing
life.
that
Something.
yeah, exactly. That you haven't actually met, but you miss. Or like
Hmm.
the feeling how you could miss your old self, your
Yes,
innocent self that you
definitely.
don't get to meet now because
Hmm.
you've gone through heartbreaks, you've gone through mental breakdowns, the innocence of not having all those crap going on in your life. So that's
Definitely.
pretty
Oh my
good.
God. Yeah.
Wow.
So the thing
Okay, I
is, a
should
lot
check
of
out Stardew
people.
Valley.
Yeah, you should. You should. I was gonna say a lot of people who play the game, like if you, I made it so like every lyric is a very subtle reference to like something in game, which I found also was a fun writing exercise for me. So yeah, like just a lot of the things, and I kind of wanted to keep my lyrics vague in a way that people who would listen to it would relate it to their own things and not necessarily listen to my explanation. Like for me, when I write music, it's whatever you feel when you listen to it. That's an interpretation for you. So
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to go with.
Wow, I love it. I love how you're very considerate about everybody's like input. I love it. Like I love how that could translate into anything because when you told me about it, I was
Mhm.
able to have my own interpretation of it and it's like just like wonderful, Like
Thank you. I'm
yeah.
glad.
Okay, you are quite talented. I just want to say that. And you got to keep writing, and I can't wait to see more and hear more of your
Thank
songs.
you.
So you got to keep going, girl. But before we move on to our other questions,
Mhm.
we have Ariel or Ariel saying, Hi, Tala, sending some love from Cagayan de Oro.
Hi,
Hi,
CDO.
yeah.
I would like to visit you one day.
One day after this whole craziness that's
I
going on.
know. Hi,
Okay, so
though. Hi, by the way.
oh my god, this is so fun. I'm having so much fun. Um, Here's one. I want to know your favorite lines from each of that song. From I Think I'm Dreaming and 24. What's
Ooh.
a line that struck you the most when you were writing them? Or what got you so excited? Just like, oh my God, this is such a
Ooh.
nice line.
Let me think. Okay, well, I think I'm dreaming. Let
Yeah,
me
all
think.
good. All good. Take your time.
Hmm. I'm trying to like I'm blanking out on my lyrics. Let me open my file so I can read it.
Go for it.
Let
Go
me
for
see.
it. Go for it.
'Cause
So
yeah, let
it,
me see.
it happens. But like
I
super.
think let me see. Ooh, I think I'm dreaming. I was kind of quite proud of myself for saying the in the beginning I have like a line that's like you make me sing things I should have said, and I think it's a cute line for me because it's like when I'm super happy or when I'm kilig, I end up singing. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so happy or whatever, things like that. So I wanted to turn that into and it's like kind of like a love profession also to tell that to a person like you make me so happy that I don't really have the capacity to say words anymore to talk. It comes out in voice and singing. So I like that one.
I
And then
love it. Well, I wish everybody could
for
sing. I mean, if I could sing, I'll be singing it. I
you
just
can
squeal.
sing, anyone can sing.
I
Funny,
just
if you're
squeal like a
Filipino,
bird.
you can sing that. Like that's what I believe. Filipinos can sing.
Oh, well, I think I'm the only Filipino who can't sing that much. Okay,
It's
there's
okay.
always a first. Okay, next for
Exactly.
24.
For 24, I think the first line that came when I was writing it was really just very simple. The opening line is "I don't want to be without you," and I know that that's not a line I thought of by myself, but I feel like it's just such a sweet thing to say to someone. It can be sweet and also kind of toxic, which I think is a perfect way to describe missing someone because you can miss someone
Yeah,
and it can come
not be
off
with
in
them.
like weird ways. Yeah, exactly, and it can come off in ways that hurt both of you. So I think it's a nice way to explain it, and it kind of captures the vibe of the song. Like I don't really know what I'm missing, but I miss you, and I don't want to be without you. But how am I gonna solve
Uh,
that if I don't know who you are? You know?
oh God. Well, I love the line that it's I don't want to be without you. It's not like I need you, so I can't live without
Yeah,
you. It's that toxic because it's just like I want you. I
yeah.
can't
I don't
live.
want to be
It's not I
without
can't
you.
live. I don't want to be without you. It's not I
Yeah.
can't live without you. I
Hmm.
can live without you, but I just don't want to
I don't
be
want
without
to.
you.
Yeah,
That's like
exactly.
I love it. I love it. I love it. We see.
You
I'm
got me.
excited. Oh, gosh, this is amazing. Okay. Well, oh my gosh, I'm so enjoying our time together.
Me
Is
too.
there
This is so
anything? So I'll
fun.
give you. I know. I'm gonna give you anything. Like I'll give you a chance. Maybe it's your turn. If you want to ask some questions, you can. If you
Ooh,
have anything you want to talk about,
okay.
let's do this.
Okay, let me throw the question back to you. What is a favorite
Okay.
lyric for any song ever? Like, what's something that you keep in your head?
Okay. Oh my gosh. Wow. So I have a lot of songs that's like
Mhm.
hits me, but I'm gonna give you a line that hits me now. You should listen to this too. Then this
Okay,
is the good. This is
saving.
"Good Place" by
Hmm.
Demi Lovato. The
Ooh,
song
Queen
is
Demi.
yeah. She released. I love Demi, Queen Demi. She released a new album, and it was so raw and real, and
Hmm.
everything is just like maybe you'd like her new sound. I really love her new sound right now. Like
Okay.
her new sound is just like indie slash whatever. Like it's just really like a
Oh
mix of
wow.
everything. Yeah, I love it. But the Good Place was the right song that I like. The most
Hmm.
favorite song. There's a line. There's like she shrugs over the like she's happy now. I'm in a good place. Took a while
Ooh.
for me to feel this way. Took a whole lot of work, a whole lot of grace, and parang now I'm kind of like feel I'm happy with okay. Like I'm okay with being just okay.
Oh,
And like
that is such
that
a nice feeling.
I know. Yeah, like just,
Wow.
yeah, it's a powerful song. I really feel like now I'm in a good place.
Hmm.
It took a lot of work, made it needed grace and all that love and like it took a while for me to reach there and to finally be okay and being okay with okay is just a powerful sound. It's powerful like that line
Yeah.
stuck right now.
No,
Like it's
that's
like
a
a
really
true
interesting
word.
way to look at things. Because like humans are never satisfied ever. So to be content
Yeah,
with being okay is a goal in itself already.
exactly. I know, like a powerful goal. So yeah, that's it. Like
Okay,
yeah.
I love it. That's a good. I'm gonna
I
check
know.
that out.
Yeah, you should. Like the whole album got me like, yes, yes, Queen. It's not that I'm biased, but like the whole new sound was just like, wow, okay.
Yeah, I always
I
love to
love
see
it.
how artists like from our early childhood or early teens
Yeah,
are able to
I'm
grow and
sure.
change their sounds to like
I
how
have a
they are
feeling like
now.
you're a Disney person. You're a Disney kid. Yeah.
Mm, a bit,
Oh,
a bit.
A
Yeah, I
bit, a
like
bit.
Nickelodeon more actually, but yeah.
Okay, okay, got it, got it. But I'm sure you've watched Camp Rock,
Of
High School
course.
Musical,
Oh my god,
UK. Yeah,
HSM.
yes, that was the era. That was the golden age of Disney.
Oh,
Yo,
I
yeah.
love that so much.
I know. Okay, well, I'm glad that we grew up. We technically grew up in the same childhood. You're just a
Yeah.
little younger than I am, so
Mhm.
you're kind of like in the Gen Z. I have a question. Like, what's a Gen Z term that you like using right now?
Ooh, oh my gosh, I have no idea.
Like,
I don't know if I can even let me think
like
because
it's
I
a
am Gen
lot.
Z. There's so much,
Yeah,
but
like there are like there's simp, and there's like I had to research all of those. Moots. There's moots.
moods,
I had to
oomph.
check. Oh
There's also
yes,
oomph.
yeah. See, I gotta brush up on that.
Yeah, I think that's my
I
favorite actually because it's so stupid. Oomph in law. Have you heard that?
what's the other one?
Oomph in law, like in law. It means
What's
like a follower of
in
your
law?
follower. Because Oomph is one of my followers. Oomph in law is a follower of my follower. So when people interact with their moods online, they're like, "Oh, Oomph in law, you're so funny." It's so ridiculous, but I love it.
Okay, now I'm gonna use oomph in law. All right,
Deserved,
oomph.
deserved.
I love oomph. Like that
Oomph
oomph.
is so
Like hey
good.
oomph.
Yeah, hey
That's
Oomph.
an oomph of mine. All right,
It's so
okay, that's
good.
one. I know. Thank you for sharing those. But oh my goodness, I just had so much fun with you tonight. But all good
Likewise.
times, all good things must come to an end. And I don't want this to end yet. But before we go, I do want to ask you, is there
Mhm.
anything that you want to tell your fans out there? Is there like something that you're cooking up? Just give us a little tease, a little sprinkles, and tell us where we could send you some loving and where you could follow you.
Ooh. Okay, well, to those of you who are watching, hi, I'm Tala, and I am a musician on the Universal Records Philippines. So you can check out all my discography, like my entire discography, on everywhere, all digital platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, all of that, Shazam, whatever. And I have big things coming this year, hopefully. I am really trying my best to release more music this year. I took a little bit of a break after 24, but I'm back and better than ever. And I am
I'm
really excited
excited.
to be, yeah, collaborating. I'm doing a lot of collaborations this year too. So no spoilers, but look out for that. And if you like
Ah,
me or you want to say hi, you can follow me on my social media. I am on Instagram and I'm also on Twitter, but I don't use Twitter much. I'm on Instagram mostly. And I go by Talulasaur. Talulasaur. Talulasaur.
Talulasaur.
Yeah.
Yes, Talulasaur. I love it.
Mhm.
What gave you that Talulasaur?
I'm pretty sure in seventh grade, someone called me that once, and I was like, I got, you know how like on Instagram, people always
Yeah.
there's too much underscores in usernames. Like, not like I hate it, but I
Yes.
just didn't want that. And so someone called me Tulusaur, and I was
Yes.
like, okay, dibs. I'm gonna use that for everything. So
It's cute.
it
Talulasaur
is
is just
cute.
like, ooh, her? Talulasaur. I had to like, ooh, Talulasaur. That's cute. Okay. There you go. So yeah, you can follow her at Talulasaur on IG and on Twitter, but she doesn't tweet too much. So oops,
Yeah.
better be ready.
Ooh,
Oh,
lost.
see, did I use that right? Okay.
You
So
did. You
thank
did.
you
Good job.
so all right. Oh my goodness, I had an amazing time with you. But if you're
Me
cooking something
too.
new, you want some collaboration, and if you want to make some music video with roller skates, don't forget me. I can
Okay,
roll
Destiny.
yeah.
Look, just DM me on Instagram, and we got this.
Girl, yes, definitely, definitely. Amazing.
Yay!
I just had the most wonderful time tonight. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
joining us tonight, Talulasaur.
Mhm.
And I'll see you guys. I'll see you again. I hope to see you again on our next show. So thank you so
Yes, thank
much.
you for
And
having me. This was so much fun.
yeah, okay. This is 80 from Project Q here on FReSH FM, your favorite hit music station with Tala. And we'll say goodbye. Goodbye, guys. Thank you.